You're just in time. Saved you a seat for The Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self improvement. And I find that one of the biggest reasons why guys don't self improve. Is this your first time hearing about self improvement, self development, trying to be successful, live your best life, and that there's kind of this whole art behind it? Could be. Doubtful. Self improvement is kind of definitely gone mainstream. It's all over the place nowadays. Everyone is in their own way trying to maximize, optimize results and outcomes and choices and decisions to arrive to exactly what they want. But that is the conundrum, so to speak, right here. Because guys, it's not that they don't want to, and I really do believe that. I believe this about you, me, most men. Just let it be all men. That's a really bold statement. But yes, I'll stick to my go to demographic. How about all American men alive right now? So modern male human beings between the ages of 18 and 40 years old. I would say every single one of these guys actually does want to self improve because that means they have the desire to see the best versions of themselves. They would love to live their best life. They would very much want the best outcomes and experiences. I mean, just to be able to wake up every single day and as soon as you open your eyes, oh my God, I am stoked to live the entirety of this day. And then again and again and again. Self improvement can absolutely lead to this. That's why I find it so beautiful. That's why I'm so passionate about it. But the reason why most of us, that's right, all of us don't want to, or even more tragically, will never, is because so many of us do not believe that putting in the hard work and the long hours and the consistency, the repetition, the discipline, the motivation, all of it, okay, all of it, being the best you, the most manly, masculine, macho, is actually going to give you what you want out of life. It's this dreadful, haunting, just very malicious, negative feeling that invades everything you think about and everything that you would try to do with your bare hands that's related to the self improvement of your own life. It's disbelief. Yeah. I mean, it definitely takes different forms. I mean, you call it pessimism, you call it cynicism, you call it just being negative, a negative Nancy, you call it being a Debbie Downer. Like, this is like, why is my life so depressing? It doesn't have to be this depressing. I can just do stuff. Okay, I'm alive. I have time. I can think. I can talk. I can. I have capabilities. I can learn. I can practice. I can study. I can absorb. I can watch. I can. Try to understand, analyze. It just keeps going. And I'm not. I know that everything I said right there has levels to it. Of course, it does. That there are tiers to, oh, I'm a great learner. Oh, I'm a poor learner. But what I'm noting is simply the ability to do so. And since, and I'll just, sum this up in a blanket statement. Most of us are able to do most of or all of these things. You have to, if you're going to want to try and mold and shape yourself into the best possible version of you. Now, even if you are willing, that does lead us to the problem, though, of will I make it? Is this really going to happen for me? And then for people to say, you got to just believe. You don't believe enough. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe You will make it eventually. You got to believe that at some point or another, down the line, somewhere on the journey, it'll all be worth it in the end. And so the scary part that I think, whether any of us are really, willing to admit it or not, hey, allow me to be the guy to raise my hand and say, I totally feel like this. I mean, yes, I am very willing to declare to the world that I personally am a self improver. I am trying, but that very horrifying feeling that you are trying so hard every day, all the time, are you just keeping it going and it hasn't happened yet? And that the possibility that you will just keep working hard for the rest of your life and it will actually never happen for you. I think a lot of guys are saying that's a scam right there. That's rigged. That is pointless to do. So they're taking it as a truth before finding out, before it's actually happening. It's just the assumption, however logical, you know, however evidence based. It is not the 100% wholehearted truth of the matter. The only way you would have that is to actually go. You'd actually have to be there yourself to see, okay, I did all this stuff. I was only able to live for this long. And for as long as I lived, I tried. Okay, what do I get? You know? And that's not even a really good way to think about it, to be honest. Even if a man were willing to put up with it. Why? Because who wants to experience all their, finest prizes, rewards, and treasures at the very end? Would you not want it to be, very well worth it while you're doing it? On the way? Could it not be joyful? Could it not be fulfilling and wonderful and fantastic while you are on your way to your dreams, your hopes, your vision, okay? Of what to you is the best life possible. And so men are checking out. Men are saying, "No, I'm good. I don't think I'll go. I don't think I'm going to do anything. I don't want to try as hard as I can. Put in this." I heard this young king tell me the other day. He said, and he was being so for real. And he looked at me and he was like, "Bro, I would have to put in an absurd." He said, "I would have to put in a comically ridiculous amount of work and effort for me to, quote unquote, make it to where the grass is greener." The whole concept of where I'm going to try to take you tonight, the whole objective of tonight's episode is I actually want to try to help you make the grass you're standing on right now green. That you don't actually have to go anywhere. Not, it doesn't have to be like that. That possibly it could be wonderful, special, and worthwhile where you are right now. So then normally in this world, with how our reality works, I think it's not that this is the only way, but I'm curious to see if you agree with me, and you let me know down in the comments below. But probably the best way for me to convince you to self-improve, to work hard, to check back in, to do all the hard things, that would be for me to tell you, oh, it is a promise. It is a guarantee. I could just show you a video or something like that. And in the video, you would watch, maybe 2 to 3 minutes of everything that you want. Literally everything that you want. Your dream wife, your kids, where you would live, what you would do, the people that you would do it with. They would all, say hi real quick, wave to you, be like, hey, see you soon or whatever. You your wife, your kids, like saying your name and all that, just like, hey, you got this, keep going, we're gonna be here, you'll make it, we'll see you when you do. Okay, irrefutable evidence that everything you're working for in this world, brother, to be the best man that you could possibly be is 100% worthwhile. Undeniable. This kind of evidence, hypothetically speaking, if I could present it to you like that. So now I say that because my point is, any man would go. Unemployment, neathood, just what is it? Needs being, not in, was it not in education, employment, or training of any kind? You know, really, honestly, all the demons, right? All the typical, stereotypical blockades and barriers to any man trying to be his best self. The laziness, the procrastination, the distraction, the vice, the addiction, all of it be dropped at a moment's notice, because you know for certain, like, just shy of literally being there. I mean, it was basically already given to you. I think some guys would start. Some guys would be like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to go," and they wouldn't need motivation anymore. And they might. I mean, they might still need some discipline, build some of those habits to really get things going. But in terms of the, like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm headed there. I'm gonna go. That would be a no-brainer. You'd be crazy. You'd be absolutely insane not to try. If you saw your own, personal, uh I'll call it a victory video. Oh my god, is okay, is that what she looks like? Sheesh. Great. I'm so, yes, that's my wife. I'm so down. Like, oh my god, my kids are adorable. Oh my god, how many do I have? Wow. Oh, I see. Oh, because that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, okay, cool, cool. Okay, I was about to have a panic attack, but I guess it'll be okay. I have that many because because I am abundant. I am wealthy. I am rich enough to support all of them and myself and vacations. And I don't know. What do you like, bro? Okay, the go karts. I don't know, a pinball machine. Okay, like, fully, full, all the massage settings, lazy boy. Okay, home theater. Okay, what is this? Infinity pool? I'm just trying to. Okay, you help me out here. All right, stuff. You ever play Sims? Just stuff you really want. Just buy it all and put it all in, right, in the dream mansion. There it is, brother. All right. Right? In that little video, the camera made sure to pan around and show you real quick where you'll be living. All right. It's really just, oh, how is it that you want to try to be successful in this world? Okay, great. Go do that and then do it for this long. And that's it. Like, what? Oh, how about, I'll make this, like, I'll get really specific. How about 3 years? Okay, do it like for 3 years straight. Okay, don't stop, don't give up. Okay, don't quit, none of that. All right, and then you got it. It's all yours. Every single man on this planet would become a self-improver. We'd all go. We'd all do it. It would be incredible. Maybe the closest thing that this planet has ever truly seen to a utopia. Yeah, come on, bro. Are you with me on this? Like, just every single man firing on all the cylinders. You imagine that? All of us trying to be as successful as possible. Because there's no doubt anymore. The what if has been removed. The if has vanished. And it has actually transformed and returned to you as a when, a guarantee, a promise. I wish, I really do, that I could, say that for certain for you, that I could give it to you like that. But that's just the example. Now, for you and me, to return to reality? What would be the next best thing? What would be the closest thing I could recommend for you to really be as successful as possible, for it to really work out for you? So I do not say this lightly. In fact, I say it as seriously as I possibly could. Okay, I mean, some will stay, others you're gonna leave right now, and that's okay. But I can only give it to you in the way that it happened for me, and in the way that I see as the most superior way for it to happen. And that is, you need God. That's who you need. You need the Lord Almighty in your life, bro. I don't know if you're religious. Maybe you hate religion. Maybe you grew up with really poor religious experiences. Maybe you used to be, and it just really didn't end well. Maybe you were raised with it, and it was awful, and you got out of it as soon as you could, and you never looking back. Hey, look, fair enough. I don't. My aim is actually not to evangelize or to convert. I'm not qualified to do that. I just want to tell you. I want to let you know that if there was ever a force in this world, if there was ever an entity, if there was just something that is real, that actually does exist, that could give you everything you need in order to make it, in order for it to really happen, that would have to be God. Because you are human and you are a man and you have your limits. And in the example, your fuel would be knowing the promise. I literally just, yeah, I saw the video. Like, oh my God, 3 years, easy. I got this. I'm a lock in for 3 years, and then I get to go to my dream mansion. And okay, hello, dream life. It's not that that's how it would work simply because you believe in God. But the point is that when you allow yourself to fantasize, to use your imagination, to daydream, with my example that I set up tonight, the victory video, if you were to use that, how do you feel? That's what I'm talking about. I bet you feel really good. I bet you feel excited. I bet you're super optimistic. Like you really want to. You're so down. And I know. The the painfully obvious counterpoint is, well, of course I'm down. I'm going to have it. It's waiting for me. Perhaps you see where I'm headed. See, this belief in God, it is not just obedience. It is not just submission. And it isn't just I'm listening to this uh, you know, the boss of the boss of all existence, the one true boss of bosses. Maybe you have a boss right now and you really don't like him or her. And so that it's kind of like, oh yeah, okay, more rules. Oh yeah, like, oh yeah, all the stuff in the Bible. Oh, follow it to the letter. How about no? How about I just continue living life the way I have been and I'll be fine? I think a lot of people would say that who are non-believers, atheists, whatever. Yeah, oh for sure. It's just you deserve more than getting by. See, without the self-improvement, without the hope that you would make it to spur you into those very the tremendous amount of effort, concentration, okay, and work, then I am not. Let me freeze it right there. That just got kind of dangerous for me. I'm not saying your life sucks. I'm not saying, I'm really not, like, oh, I don't even know how you live, but, like, I don't want you to take it like that. Oh, this random freaking self improvement podcast guy, Kumo, is hating on my life. No, but the potential it really does have to be infinitely better. That's very difficult. It's not that you can't. It's not that it can't be. It would we agree to disagree here? That's okay. But I'm saying it absolutely could be way better. Oh Lord, it could be filled with like wondrous, stupendous, marvelous things for you. Okay? Behind the process, behind all those actions and decisions you would have to make on a daily basis to do what is necessary to become your best self. While you're doing that, what you deserve is for someone to love you throughout that process, right? For someone to believe in you, to support you, to guide you, to help you, to be there when you need him the most. Like in all the ways that maybe no other human being even could, because there are just some things about all of us as individuals deep down in the inner. It's very difficult to put into words. It's really, really hard to talk about some of this stuff. Like, this is the stuff where, you know, I'm actually afraid because I just I don't love myself enough to give myself the opportunity to try to make it all the way. I don't see myself as the person that is capable enough, is strong enough, is smart enough, is able enough. Well, I mean, see, with God, what if I told you you didn't have to? That you weren't supposed to, actually. That you always had someone who loved you. That you always had a father. You see, before I met God, I never understood that. I never, believed that for myself. Hey, no, don't, please don't misunderstand me. I have parents, both biological, present in my life. Love them to death. They're very alive and well, happily retired. Really, the way everything turned out, no complaints. No complaints. But it's just the one true God. You know, the whole, like, the story, the teachings to understand Jesus Christ and who he was is to understand that you always had somebody. You actually always had someone who had your back. What this does to you, what this does to the human psyche. Because, like, we have to be honest here, and you really need to break it down with me. It's okay. Like, it's just, I could never know. But if you're all right with that, then try and do this with me, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. But when I really break it all down, it's just all the people closest to me in my life. It's not that we didn't have problems. And like human relations get so messy. You feel me on that, bro? There's so much history, and it's, my mistakes and their mistakes and these mistakes, and they meld together. And there are grudges, and there's, and there's so much, and there's um so much that wasn't forgiven, or maybe was never even brought up, or just all of this. Again, it's just the the deep entanglement of human affair. But I mean, God, in the way that I understand him, the way that he supersedes all of this and he goes above it, is that the way that he works is a lot of it is actually quite unconditional. That he is a being who would give, without expecting anything back. Maybe from his position, I believe he is very real. Maybe from his position, he can afford that. Either way, it does not matter because it doesn't change how he looks at you and me, how he treats his children. And I'm still having trouble understanding it to this day. However, the older I get and the longer that I follow him, the more I start to. And before I met him, it's been about 5 years now for me. Next year will be 6. Before, and that's just a small window of my life. So I want to say 95% of my life was without him. And for most of that time, I just never knew of anyone supporting me, anyone loving me, anyone saying, hey, cheering me on, no, keep going, don't stop, you can do this, you can make it, you'll be all right. You're great in your own way, and you can only get better. That was never even in any way, shape, or form given to me without something expected in return. And this is why God is very difficult to comprehend, because it almost feels as though you almost feel when you really put yourself in his presence, you feel so unworthy, because it's like, I don't understand. How could you love me in this way, knowing everything you do about me? We are so imperfect as human beings. And when you come into contact with one that is so perfect, you've struck something infinitely more precious than gold here. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what you need. This you more than you could imagine, especially if you're doing what is difficult, especially if you're chasing after what most men will never, because they do not believe. No one ever. You are supposed to take responsibility, and you are supposed to believe in yourself. Sure, is that easy? No one ever knowing, no acknowledgement, no one cares, no one sees, no one, nothing. It's just you looking in the mirror every single day. I can make it. Hey, for the elite, hardcore, gifted, just built Diffie among us as human beings, that is nothing short of amazing to me. I wish. I wish I could be like that. I'm not like that. It's really hard. I have no problem admitting that at all. I feel it every single day. It is actually, it's, see, they, a lot of, uh, professionals, okay, influencers, more of these that go on the internet, that, come out into the world and say, oh, I got the hack. I got the cheat code. I got the guide. I got the rubric. Like, buy this template, buy my course. Okay, like, trust me, I actually know how to make it. You're trying to be successful. I got you. And what a lot of them don't say is that you're gonna work your butt off no matter what. There's no going around that. It's like, the way I see this, it's almost as if, like, we're getting, we're piercing into, like, really, I'm really trying to touch upon the core inner essence of self-improvement. I could go on and on and on about the variations and the different ways to, and then how to do it for you physically and how to do it for you mentally and how to do it for you emotionally. I guess tonight is actually how to do it spiritually. But you see, when you get this one correct, everything else will be fine for you. And I hope to get there by the end of tonight. When you truly get into what is it? What is it? Self-improvement is working really hard on yourself. That's what it is. Because you want to be better, but that's not easy though. It can't be. You are such an intricate and complex being. You've already lived for how old are you? And you've already lived for that long. And you've already experienced what you've experienced. So you have to do it through the lens of whatever life has done to you, brother. It's so personalized in this way. You can be successful. I don't doubt that. I know that I'm telling you to really be, you need to find God. And I am saying that. That's the whole point of my episode tonight. But the reason why is because don't let this world lie to you. It is a trick of the devil. A being who delights, he doesn't, it's what he gets off of is when you and me are most miserable. And a man is most miserable when he has nothing to go for in life. My king, you don't believe me. Look at the world. Look at us in 2025. I'm not bashing my fellow kings, but we keep it real here at the Pillars of Man. You look at our brothers. What are so many men spending most of their life doing? It's a whole lot of corn, not the one on the cob. It's a lot of I do me, you do you, I leave you, you leave me alone, I leave you alone. We both will retreat behind our four walls, close the door. The world doesn't need to know. I'm not doing anything illegal. Wink, wink. Right? Turn on the screen, click away, scroll away, ignore the world. The specifics don't even matter in this way. Is that living? I don't think so. Is that anything close to his best reality of what he really could do, be capable of, in the way that he could give back, in the way that he would elevate himself so magnificently, he would do it to the point where others around him are as well. True powers of the male form at its when it is functioning at its peak. Okay, when it is utilizing reserves of zeal and passion, the inner fire, there is none, because men have been kind of attribute this to whatever you'd like. I'm just noting the outcome that we're all experiencing, and so many guys are saying I'm good. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I'm all set. Why? Because it is this belief, even if I did, there's nothing waiting for me. It's not actually worth it. And that could not be more of a lie. And I say that because you actually can be very successful. Now, if you're not going to be, then in the way that if you're with me, then in the way that you won't be successful is simply because you didn't go, not because you couldn't go. See, that's the difference. So it is no. Okay, it's a whole ton of work. It's a lot. It's so much. I don't even know what you'd want to do. But if it's the best you and it's your best life and it's the best quality of your life, then I know where you're headed. I say that because I'm in it myself. And I wouldn't have lasted this long. I wouldn't still be doing it. I would not even be here if it were not kneeling and pledging and then agreeing to try my very best and follow God in doing all of this, me being my best and living my best life and all of it. That connection right there is because I need you to experience for yourself what that person that would love you unconditionally, that would always be there for you. And really the only requirement, so to speak, is that you would do it his way. But this is a no-brainer though. It's not punishment. It's not rules. It's not restriction. It's little by little, you really do. I mean, I guess that's my challenge for you. Though I don't want it to be, because I don't even want there to really be any friction. But if you don't know anything about Christianity like me, just 5 years ago, all right, not too long ago, then you can start wherever you'd like. I mean, hey, I'll recommend it to you the way it was recommended to me. And one of the best things that anyone ever told me was to get a Bible, and I did. But you don't have to do it like that, because you and me have the power of the internet. So seriously, like, start wherever you want and get into it however you'd like. All I'm going to warn you, I'm going to put a disclaimer right here, because the more you find out, I call him Dad because he made everything, so he's the father of all. It's my nickname for God. Dad, the more you find out about Dad, the more you will love him. That's the real challenge. Because the Bible's about you. That's all. Dad wrote it, and all he does is he talks about us. It's crazy. All of it. You don't. It's like, God dang it. He's just tricking me into reading the Bible. I was kind of duped in the same way. All right, but it was wonderful, because when I finally, and it took a while too, because I'm a knucklehead. It took a while too. I was just like, I'm just gonna go on YouTube. I'll just watch videos. It's cool. I'll just like type in Jesus and just watch Jesus videos. Okay, like the Jesus edits that go super hard with the music, and like, it's always like some influencer chick, dancing in a very voluptuous way, and then you just see Jesus, and then there's like, and the beat drops. And I was like, I'll just watch these shorts and these edits. And he's like, no, I'm serious, bro. Type in Jesus edits. They're awesome. I was like, yeah, I just watch these. It's fine. Right? I'm good. I'm good on this Bible stuff. But lo and behold, eventually I acquiesced, and I got it, and I started to get into it, and it's freaking crazy. It's all of it. It's everything. Like, what do you have a problem with? No, like, seriously, bro, what do you have a problem with? Is it addiction? Is it trauma? Is it regret? Is it just misery? Is it depression? Is it disbelief? Is it inadequacy? Is it ugliness? Is it what they said to you, what they did to you? How much you've been possibly beaten down by life? That's exactly what the Bible goes over. Because Dad knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into, being born. He ensured it. And like a dad who really cares, he made sure that there'd be something available for you and me to get into ourselves, to absorb, to understand, okay, to safeguard us, to help us make it all the way. If that's not a promise, then what is, bro? See, God, it's so interesting to follow his teachings and the works of God, because you learn so much about, the value of virtue, and doing the right thing and how to do the right thing in so many different ways. You look at sin, you look at virtue, 7 versus 7. All right, each with its polar opposite. But then when you look at your own life and you see, wait, so you're going to see yourself. That's what I'm saying. It's almost a reflection, because so much of what happens in the Bible is what will always happen, because humanity cannot escape itself. And unless they ever truly hack human nature, and children will be born having somehow gone above, the just some of the core essences of what it means to be human, the consciousness of it, the carnality of it, you know the instinct, the biological drive, it just the selfishness, it's just all of it, the desire. Nothing new under the sun, nothing new under Father's eyes. You need God, because all of this all of this life that you and I must live in order to have what we want out of it before it's said and done, there are so many pitfalls, so many traps, so many, and this is why so many of us don't want to deal with it. Guys are just like, I can't meet her standards, the modern woman. I cannot meet those standards. I can't. I'm not going to be. I don't want to look over my shoulder in everything I do. Which one of these guys can I trust? Who's really a scumbag? Oh wait, I think everyone is a scumbag, and that's not true. But when you look at life like this, then it kind of becomes very unattractive to go and live, bro. You, it's it's the purest form of enlightenment, because self-improvement, right? You can't improve, you won't go anywhere, you can't really do anything until you get it right in here. This has to come first. And I couldn't that's why I could not recommend you align, okay, reconfigure, okay, and heal this than with God, the Bible, and his teachings. It 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 grounds you, okay, and it teaches you, and it transforms you into a better human being. That's not because you're a crappy person. It's that when you become a better human being, that is when you're going to start living a better life, because these things don't really change. It's you that changes. It's you that changes. You like I could start. These are really random examples, but I'm just going to try to quick fire, because I'm winding down now and I have to go soon. So it's just oh, you know I never had a great relationship with my parents, so like everything I do is despite them. That's a super random, just a quick one right there. And then you live life like this, right? And it's like, oh, yeah, I could, I really do need more money, or I could use way better relationships, or I am really lonely, or I'm check to check, barely making ends meet, whatever, bills are piling up, whatever. And then you find God, and God does what no moral human being can. It has to teach you how to forgive your parents. And then you see, this is what is so crazy. And people, they don't know what they're missing out on. It's so crazy, because they don't because a lot of people are thinking, like, the fairy tale sky daddy stuff is like not for me, but it's not. If they only knew. I guess that's why I took the time tonight to 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 try to talk about some of this stuff. It's so much. I'm barely scraping the surface, but that one switch right there that flips, for a human being to have that kind of burden taken off of their heart, and they learn how. And it's just like, yo, you know what, like, like, ma pa, like, it's, nah, it's cool, it's all good, I'm chilling, like, I'm okay, I made it, I'm here, I'm alive, like, your boy's gonna be all right. And when God gives that to you, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day, right? You wake up one day and it's like, maybe maybe I'll work out, maybe I don't do that today. I just give it a rest. I've done it up so many times. Yeah, it feels great, but maybe I can just, you know, maybe I'll go somewhere and check out this thing. Maybe I'll just look up this idea I've always had. Maybe I'll work on me. I think I'd like to. I feel so free. I feel so light. I'm fine. You know how many men are not fine? They're not even close to fine. See, the world doesn't get this. They can't, because we're supposed to be. So when men are not, and they don't know why, and then they wonder, how come I don't want to do anything? How come I don't want to be anybody? How come I don't want to go anywhere? What why don't I eat? I'm not even up during the day. Why? To to find God is to find the answer to all of this, because it's all there. It's all there. I'm not even, I mean, you should, but I'm actually not saying, oh, you have to read the Bible. No, I'm saying find God. And I'm going to keep saying it. Get somewhere quiet and reach out. The best thing you can do is repent. Maybe you feel as though you have nothing to repent for. I would I would ask that you dig a little bit deeper, that you really think about everything that's happened. You think about how anything might have been, how could any of it really just had been on your sole responsibility for going wrong. Whatever it could be, you give it to God. He'll know if you mean it or not. And if you do, he'll be there. That's it. Just like that. Because you're his kid. Because you're his son, bro. You have always been. That's just not how that works. He doesn't intrude. He does not impose. Father, he waits. He gave you and me free will. So it's on you. I'm not imposing. It's just, guys, they ask me, Kumo, so how did you do it? How did you? So I heard that you were super addicted. I heard that you were an everyday guy. I heard that you were a 3 to 5 times every day guy. I heard that you were 3 to 5 times a day, every single day for years and years and years guy. And you were very depressed. I heard there was some stuff that happened to you too way back in the day with so and so. And you never, oh, you lived? Maybe if you saw me, you could see I lived. I hope so. I try. But they would say, I heard you never did. I heard you never lifted a weight for most of your life. Yeah, no, that's the true story. Everything I said is true. 95% of my life, no, I never did. Didn't. played a little basketball, ran a little bit of track. Never really no exercise or anything like that. Because I could never pay attention. I never even studied. I never sat down and read. I never sat down and just, okay, let me try to learn this. I never did any of that. I didn't think I could. I grew up with the world. I did not grow up with father. So dad found me late. But see, that's my perception. That's my perception that dad found me late. And that's because I'm a human and I want so much. And if I had it my way, I would have done it with father out the gate. All right, I'm talking way back. I wish I had dad when I was a baby. That's just not how it happened for me. But he's here now, and I can't complain anymore. But what's so interesting though, is that I cannot refute. It's very difficult for me to like genuinely rebuttal this. I could debate it if I try really hard. I can think of angles and points to use to try to debate it, but to actually beat dad, as in, oh hey, God, what would you say to this? Not possible. And what I mean is, I suspect through God's eyes, I'm not. He didn't actually. I because I wanted more of I wanted more of that. I just wanted God to be. I it's like what I'm saying. It would have been nice. Like this is just me. This is not God. This is me. It would have been nice if you could have been there for that. What about that? What about that one? That one sucked, Dad. Where were you? But see, what I cannot truly, counter is that I suspect through father's eyes, no, he was just in time. It was perfect, actually. The way he did it was perfect. Because I believe all this preordained by God. So everything happens under his intention. I know it's like, well, then do we have free will? I know. No, I know. This stuff goes deep. It goes so deep. Deeper than I can reach. Maybe one day. But tonight, now I just wanted to take the time to let you know. Okay, brother, you are loved. If you don't have the answers, it's because you were never meant to have the answers. You don't even need them. But it is your job to find them, and you can. And they're there with Dad. That's how all of this works. I would say go to him. I would say go to him as soon as you can. Open yourself up. Believe. Have that honest connection. Talk to him. And like, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't pray once it doesn't work. Kumos foolish. I would say try again. I would say keep trying. It comes down to how genuine you are. I really do believe in it. It'll happen. It'll happen. You'll meet him. You'll meet him, and when you do, you're not going to look back. That's when the game really changes. And then maybe I could do anything. maybe then, what I talk about here on my podcast, the discipline and the motivation and all that other stuff, it would help, because you could give a man the best knowledge, the best tips and tricks, and the ultimate guide. And it's just, if his heart isn't in it, will he do it? No. Well, then it's useless. It just really doesn't matter when you do it, what you say. But God, brilliant in this way, because some of this stuff, it's undeniable. But you do not have to take my word for it. I wouldn't want you to. I need you to experience this for yourself. And so, you let me know. You come back here, let me know. You let me know how it went. And yeah, besides, When I get super religious, with the Christian God on nights like this, I talk about anything and everything that goes into male self improvement as well, because you're watching the Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self improvement surrounding philosophy, masculinity, wellness, lifestyle. I'm your host, Kumo. I continue to reshape the modern male reality, giving any man who wishes to pull the very best out of himself a way to do that. Thanks so much for watching, bro. You like content like this? Hit that subscribe button for me, and I hope to see you real soon in my next one. Same time, same place. Right back here. But until then, take it easy. Take good care of yourself. And I love you so much. Peace.